Dear my beloved audiences, today I want to tell you a story which is called Charlie's Chance. Charlie had never known what it meant to have a real home. He was a scruffy brown mutt with one floppy ear and eyes full of quiet hope. Found wandering the outskirts of town, he had been brought to the local animal shelter when he was barely 6 months old. Life at the shelter was loud and chaotic. Barking echoed from every corner, and unfamiliar faces came and went each day. Charlie spent most of his time curled up at the back of his kennel, watching and waiting. Some dogs came and left quickly, tails wagging as they walked out with their new families. Charlie stayed. Days turned into weeks, then months. Volunteers played with him and took him on short walks, but he never quite stood out. He wasn't the biggest, the fluffiest, or the most playful. He was just Charlie. Then, one rainy Thursday afternoon, everything changed. A boy named Lucas walked through the shelter doors with his mother. He was quiet and thin, with a bandage on one arm and eyes that looked a little sad, just like Charlie's. The moment their eyes met, something clicked. Lucas knelt down and whispered, "Hey, buddy." Charlie wagged his tail for the first time in days. By the end of the visit, Charlie had a new collar, a new name tag, and, most importantly, a new family. Charlie adapted to life with Lucas quickly. Their bond grew stronger each day, built not on words but understanding. Lucas had recently recovered from a serious illness, and his parents hoped the dog would help him heal, not just physically, but emotionally too. They were right. Charlie never left Lucas's side. He followed him to the kitchen, waited patiently during homework time, and slept at the foot of his bed every night. Lucas, once shy and withdrawn, began to laugh more, talk more, and go outside again, all with Charlie by his side. The two became inseparable. On weekends, they explored trails near their neighborhood, pretending to be explorers. Charlie would sniff ahead like a brave scout, while Lucas recorded their discoveries in a small notebook. Neighbors started to recognize them as a pair, the boy with the notebook and the dog with one floppy ear. One afternoon, while playing in the woods behind their house, Lucas slipped on a patch of wet leaves and fell, twisting his ankle badly. He cried out in pain, unable to stand. The sun was starting to set, and they were far from the nearest path. Charlie ran circles around him, barking nervously. Then, Charlie did something incredible. He took off, running back through the trees, barking as loud as he could. He reached the edge of the trail, where Lucas's parents had just arrived to call them home. Hearing Charlie's frantic barking, they followed him deep into the woods, right to Lucas. Lucas was rescued and treated quickly, and the doctor said it would heal fine. That night, he whispered to Charlie, "You saved me." Charlie wagged his tail and licked his cheek. That was all he needed to hear. Word about Charlie's actions spread quickly. The local news picked up the story, calling him a hero. "Rescue dog rescues his boy," one headline read. The town invited Lucas and Charlie to a small ceremony at the park. Children clapped. Adults cheered. Charlie didn't understand all the attention, but he loved the belly rubs and treats. The mayor handed Lucas a small medal for Charlie. Lucas smiled and said, "He didn't just save me in the woods. He saves me every day." From then on, Charlie became a little local celebrity. But fame never changed him. He still waited patiently for Lucas to come home from school, still curled up by the fireplace, and still barked at the mailman. Years passed, and Lucas grew older, eventually heading off to college. Saying goodbye was hard, but Lucas returned every chance he got. And every time he did, Charlie would run to the door, tail wagging like crazy, just as he had on the very first day they met. Charlie lived a long, happy life. When the time came for him to cross the Rainbow Bridge, he was surrounded by love. Lucas, now a young man, holding his paw and whispering, "Thank you for everything." Charlie's story lived on, told and retold in the town for years. And in the hearts of everyone who heard it, he remained not just a good dog, but the best. If you like this video, please leave a like and a subscribe. It will really help our channel grow. But if you don't like it, then just skip it and don't forget to check out our other videos. Thank you very much and goodbye.